meant me as men. Yes. Bro, this hair looks delicious on you. Yeah. This 99J. I want to talk about this.
You got my blood running through you and your daddy blood. How you gonna have somebody else's child out here?
So I'm supposed to be with somebody that I don't love so you could be happy?
You damn right. You damn right.
How does that work?
It works just fine for me, okay?
So she wants to put me out of her house.
Yes, you won't get the stepping if you don't get your man come up in here and create me a baby.
So then what am I supposed to do, Mom? You want me out the house because of who I'm dating?
Yes, I do.
And then what am I supposed to do?
You do what you want to do when you out my house, but long as you in my house. You gonna have a decent relationship.
But the thing is,
come from the old school, baby. The old school. What I'm talking about is a man and a woman procreate and they have babies. Not a woman and a woman, okay? Y'all can't have babies together, don't you understand?
But she is a better partner than I've ever had in my entire life.
Not
but I'm supposed to be with somebody that I don't want. But
not by my
she has treated me the best that I've ever had in my whole life, Mom. But you want me to go and settle and be with somebody that I don't love. That's what you prefer.
You got my blood running through you and your daddy blood.
Now, we was just talking about lesbians. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to close out since we were in the lesbian situation. Mm-hmm. Craig, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. But I'll play it again for those people that...
How you gonna have somebody else's child out here?
So I'm supposed to be with somebody that I don't love so you could be happy?
You damn right. You damn right.
How does that work?
It works just fine for me, okay?
So she wants to put me out of her house?
Yes, you won't get the stepping if you don't get your man come up in here and create me a baby.
So then what am I supposed to do, Mom? You want me out the house because of who I'm dating?
Yes, I do.
And then what am I supposed to do?
You do what you want to do when you out my house, but long as you in my house, you gonna have a decent relationship.
But the thing is,
come from the old school, baby. The old school. What I'm talking about is a man and a woman procreate and they have babies. Not a woman and a woman, okay? Y'all can't have babies together, don't you understand?
But she is a better partner than I've ever had in my entire life. But I'm supposed to be with somebody that I don't want. But
not by my book.
She has treated me the best that I've ever had in my whole life, Mom. But you want me to go and settle and be with somebody that I don't love. That's what you prefer.
Guess what? You gotta grow to love people, okay? You gotta get to know the person. All right? You ain't even get no man no chance.
All right.
How you supposed to love a man? You ain't even let a man in your life. You just saw this woman supposed to give you everything. No, ma'am. Not in this house. Not under my roof. No, ma'am. Try again.
So can I ask you a question?
Don't ask me. I'm going to tell you.
Are you happy?
I'm wonderfully happy. Me and your daddy been married for 23 years.
It's been good all 23 years?
All 20. We have our ups and downs, and you know that. Okay. But you here. You here. Ain't you? Yes, you are. So I need you to do this. I need you to find you a decent husband, and I need you to bring him up in my house. You can let that go, Mom, because I'm not having a husband. I can have some children, some grandchildren. Well, you got my blood running through.
All right, y'all finna be shocked by what I'm getting ready to say. That's that woman's house.
I was about to say the same thing. Leave her house. Just leave her house.
That's her house. And it's not easy to just say that I'm going to get up and say, just get out of the house. Just get out. But that's her house.
Yeah. And you know, I'm very clear that who you are is who you are. And you can't shift and change for your parents or family, you know, the black church, the black family, or the black community, society in general. But what I'm really clear about, too, is I think sometimes and I'm not saying in this instance, let me clarify, because some people just be trying to misinterpret what I'm saying. I do think that we have to extend grace to our parents, because I was 22 years old when I first came out, when I started talking to my family and friends about it. And my mother was not very receptive. Now today, she's my biggest fan.
Same with my mother.
You know what I mean? But just like it took me 22 years to get comfortable in my skin to start acting on the feelings, sometimes we have to give our family grace and give them time to come around, because sometimes our parents have dreams for us. and they have this idea of how our life will play out. And I'm not making an excuse. Hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying is sometimes we have to separate from our parents. If they're in that kind of space, sometimes we have to step back and give them the time to catch up. Because again, it took me 22 years to get comfortable in my own skin. I couldn't expect my mother to be okay in 2 days or 2 weeks.
Right.
And so I didn't force it on my mother. I spoon fed her. Like when I came out, I wasn't talking to her. Like if we talked on the phone and she said, well, what did you do this weekend? I wouldn't say, oh, I went on a date with my man. No, I went to the movies.
Right.
I went out to eat. I spoon fed her.
Yeah, you have to.
And, and then eventually she started saying, oh, well, are you seeing anybody? She started asking. You know what I mean? You have to give people time. And I think sometimes but again, it goes back to the politics. I think we get so politically correct,
Right.
and we expect people to just be on the same page at all times.
I actually think that if when you give people space, they become more receptive.
See, that's the shit I'm talking about right here. Brian, now you just sat here and heard everything I fucking just said. And you just said, so we have to enable our parents to be closed-minded?
No.
What are you listening to? Like, where are your critical thinking skills? Did you not hear anything I said? It's like that's the kind of nonsense that I'm talking about. See, some of you are so quick to try to
justify.
Right,
So
that
people
you're
talk
not
without-
even listening.
Yeah, people just talk to hear themselves talk.
Right, you just typing.
No, because I will say that I think when you give people, like you gave your mom space to have her come to you and start, I think sometimes that's what you need to do, especially when it comes to your parents, is give them that space to let them actually, think about how they're affecting their children. Mm-hmm. Because even though it's not the same scenario, but my dad being African, there's a lot of things that I did or I believe that he was so against. So when I was living with him, we were always butting heads. Now that we live 45 minutes away from each other and we see each other sparingly, we've become closer. We understand each other a lot more. And I think it's because he's actually, when you still live under your parents' household, they're still looking at you as, you're my child, you're my responsibility, you should do whatever I
you
say.
have people going to college, majoring.
I was just taking care of the QR code. It'll
okay.
Give us moments before the show ends. You'll be able to scan your QR code.
You have parents. You have people going to college, studying in a specific field because their parents want them to study in that field.
I know that.
You have folk that want to go to college for the arts, or go to a dance school or whatever kind of school, and their parents said, I'm not paying for that. Either you're going to go over here and study this, or I'm not paying.
But this is
I'm
why,
not saying that you do that.
Yes. But you still have to walk in your individuality. You just got to, and sometimes what people don't understand is just as bad as it's hurting your parents, it is hurting you too. Mm-hmm. Because I said it on my show, you have to walk out sometimes alone to find yourself.
Right.
And hearing the voices of everybody else telling you what you are, what you should be. And this is here. This takes us right back, Craig, to when we start talking about rights.
Yeah.
How people think that we all of a sudden, because we gay or whatever, we got these magic rights or whatever. We're conditioned to have to walk a heterosexual life. Mm-hmm. This is mandatory for us to do this. Like when we come out of the vagina, this is the script that you must follow right here.
In the same way that black and other brown people or people of color have to walk in that white light. There are parallels. I don't care how you look at it. And it's like we've been taught white history, but they don't know shit about ours.
Right. Well, shit, we damn don't know shit about it.
Correct.
Because everything that we done been taught has been a whole fucking lie.
Because they've redacted it from the history books.
But here we go again with this, bringing it back around with an example. When we in this room, Craig and I fall up under the Libiquita Committee. Mm-hmm. We came from straight parents. Our parents had this whole thing set out for us to do, and it was in a straight world.
Yeah.
You people out there that have children are conditioning your kids to live in a straight world, to walk in line that is a straight. You don't know what those kids' identities are. You don't know how they're wired. You don't know. You want all of us to be wired the same. It's like a monolith.
Yes.
And that's not how it works.
That's a cult.
It is.
That's cult behavior.
And then
I also think parents want to live their lives through their children.
they do want to
also.
live their lives through
Vicariously.
through the kids. But I want to stay on what I'm saying about this shit right now, so that people can understand about how when they talk about agendas, and when you truly look at what the agenda is,
Right.
come out the coochie,
Go to high school,
go to
graduate,
high school,
go to college,
get a wife,
children.
have children, repeat the same cycle
That's right.
over and over, pass this down. That is the default. That's right. Heterosexuality is the default.
Yes,
and
right.
so everything outside of that, now when we have the ability to laugh, live, and learn, now you're afraid, and like, I gotta protect my kids from this, and I gotta keep my kids away, or I can't. No, this is not right. None of this is right.
Right.
Oh no. We have to eradicate this, because this is the right way.
And for those very same reasons, watch this. This is why when someone speaks up and proud to be black, that it sounds or comes off as, oh, he's racist. Am I not supposed to be proud? So if I speak up about it, if I speak too loudly about it, then suddenly I'm racist. Or because I use proper grammar, I'm bougie.
Or I'm trying to change your kid into being something because I want to live my life out of public. Or it's my fault that now, because I've transitioned into, a trans woman, that, you're getting clocked because we kind of look the same. Is it now it's my fault that because I'm walking in who I am? I don't think people really actually sit down. I got to talk to you about something, Craig, because I almost blurted something out.
Okay.
That I'm developing.
Okay.
But I don't think that people really walk in other people's shoes. I think they talk from their standpoint, or they talk from the life that they live,
their
experiences, or what they were taught, or we're from straight families, honey. We're from straight people. Mm-hmm. We are products of heterosexual people. So we've had to, for the first trimester of our life, had to walk in heterosexuality.
That's right.
To know that ain't what we want to do.
And to be clear that it felt incongruent trying to be that.
Here they go. What does God say?
Right. But see,
did you hear what God said? Have you ever heard? When you're hearing from God, let's talk about it. Now, I want to talk about this. We got 2 minutes. Well, when you're hearing from God, what does God sound like to you? Because I know what God sounds like to me. My whole life has been guided by God. My steps have been ordered. God talks to us and meets us exactly where we are. Even the book, if we're going to go according to the book says, come as you are.
Yes, Lord.
As you are. That means flawed. That means fucked up. That means big backed. That means skinny. That means titties at the top if you put them on and dick at the bottom. That means stud. That means butch. That means femme. That means flamey. Come as you are. Because all this will melt away when the day of reckoning comes, honey, and we shall be nothing but a spirit. And we ain't going to have no nuts, no balls, no titties, no dick, nothing. We will be a spirit. So when you're being spoken to, when I hear God talks to me just like he talked to a heterosexual person. He speak to me. He tell me when I'm right and when I'm motherfucking wrong. And he taps me on my shoulder and said, now, bitch, I'm going to fuck you up for that. And that's exactly how he talked to me. Mm-hmm. For y'all that don't believe it, that's exactly how he speaks to me. That's how I know. Because if somebody, I'm going to tell you a thing and then we're going to go. We got too quick. It's 2 hours.
Okay.
But, bitch, this is the type of show we give.
Right.
Monique called me one day. I think I told y'all this story. Monique called me, my friend, called me one day, and she say, "Bitch, you know God told me to call you to tell you something."
Wait, who said?
Monique.
No, she said what? Who
She
called?
said, "Bitch, God told me to tell you something." And I said, "What did he say?" She said, "He said, bitch." I said, "Hold on." I stopped her right before that she even finished telling me what he told her to tell me, because I'm not gonna tell y'all what she told me. He told her to tell me.
Right.
He said, "Bitch, I had never told nobody. I had never told nobody that when God talks to me directly, he leads in with me with bitch. Bitch, didn't I tell you? Bitch, what? That's how." And so when she came forth and said that he was like, "Bitch," I say, "I know God talking to you, because that's the way I must have had to close my ears up and they want to hear this word you finna tell me, because God gonna talk directly to you, and the only reason why that you don't hear him is because you motherfucker ain't trying to hear. And so if he have to come through, he, she, or it will have to come through to somebody else, you know." Them. He, she, them, or they have to come through and speak to you in some type of way. He gonna speak to you in the way that that you done heard him before. And I've heard him before say bitch this and bitch that to me.
Yeah.
To me. And so when I heard her say to me that God said, "Bitch," I said, "Yep, that's from God. That God told you to tell me this." Because that's exactly how he would have said it to my motherfucking ass. Just like that. That's how I know. So when a motherfucker be in the street telling me, "Oh yeah, God told me," what he said, bitch, you want to tell me that. Because when the three want to speak to me,
He call you bitch.
Bitch. When the three want to talk to me, the three talk to me specifically the way I understand it. Because I ain't going to hear it nowhere else. Just like a lot of y'all don't like the way I deliver my messages and stuff like that. A lot of y'all feel like, well, maybe she should be more like Laverne. She should be more like Angelica. She should be more like Ho. I'm T.S. Madison. So people that hear my voice may not hear it the same way they hear from Laverne. People can hear from Laverne and may not comprehend it the same way they'll comprehend it from me. So everybody has their own...
There's room for everybody.
Their own comprehension level of how the message is supposed to be received.
Yeah.
But usually the message is the same. But it's how you hear it, to interpret it, to receive it. So when I hear, I remember walking on the motherfucking street. And God, bitch, if you go around that I promise you. And I went around that motherfucking corner, and I got in that motherfucking car and pulled that bitch up to that goddamn bush, and that nigga crawled through that grass and pulled out that sawed-off shotgun and put it in my motherfucking face. And the spirit had told me, it's loud as clear, bitch, don't go around that fucking corner and get in the car with that fucking man.
And you took your ass.
And I was like, child, because I was like, in my brain, God, that ain't no, and God ain't talking to me like that.
Because isn't that the one with the other?
And that was the last night I walked the streets. That was the last night I walked the side. That was my last night on the sidewalk
because
ever.
that was the one with the other.
Yes,
one.
that was the last night I ever walked the streets. But because I heard it incessantly say to me, bitch, don't you carry your motherfucking ass around that corner and got and I walked my ass right around that corner
and did exactly what he said
in that
not
car,
to do.
and boom. What a night I had. What is this? Why
Girl,
did
get
he
him out of here?
Oh, child, that's somebody wants some attention. Get 3 dots.
Yes.
No. You delete it, bitch. You got to.
I was
block.
trying to.
Sorry.
Oh, that was. I didn't do
You
that.
block, bitch. Nobody done go through that, honey.
Okay.
Listen, nobody going through that. Just like God told me to tell you to suck my motherfucking dick, puss ass hole, and get the fuck off my page, because somebody is getting a word and a message, because God is talking to somebody right now, calling them a puss ass hole. Stop playing with me.
I shot a bow.
Or I'm gonna knock your ass off that goddamn out that bullshit you doing, bitch. And you don't think that's God talking to you, but it is. Anyway, my thing to the girl, sis, give your mama time, but get out her house.
Yep.
All right.
I ain't telling you not to do your thing, but give your mama time. And if time don't never come, you got to come to a place in yourself. You got to always You got to always, you can't walk and live your life for someone else. You can't do that. You'll forever be in misery. While she done fucked and sucked her husband, and you done came here. And did you hear her say that her and her husband done had they ups and downs? So that nigga done fucked and sucked on her too.
You already know what that meant.
So you can't. Nah. You can't do that. You can't fucking suck on your motherfucking on your time and then be worried about it if they all right with it. You got to do your thing. Respectfully, we still respect your mama. Go get out her shit. If they ain't gonna want your peoples, your boyfriend, your girlfriend to be around them, don't do that. Don't try to force that shit on them. You get what I'm saying? But just remember. Now I'm finna say something that's finna fuck y'all up for real. Just remember, when they get old and they got to come live in your house, when you and your wife together, let your wife bring them something to eat. Let your wife tuck them in. Because there's a lot of them crockers out there that hated niggas that's in the old folks' home right now. That's all they see. Hey, y'all, my shut up!
Now, see, if I had said crackers, I don't even say that. I don't even say that.
Nah, but you know what kind of crackers I mean.
But they don't never know what I'm talking about, though.
Nah.
They don't ever seem to know what the fuck I'm talking about, though. And I don't even say crackers.
Nah, Craig, no, I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about them crackers.
Well, those are the white folks that I be talking about when I'm talking.
No.
They are. They the kind of white folks I be talking about.
You talking about them crackers?
I don't say that. But yeah, them crackers.
I'm talking about them crackers. The one that spit on us and niggas us and did all the type of fuck shit they did. Them crackers.
I just find it interesting how they can decipher the kind of white people you talking about, but they don't never know which ones I'm talking about.
Because the message I give, they understand that. See, that's why. See, they understand the tonality in my voice.
No, it ain't. No, you know what it is? They want to lock up the truth. They don't want me to talk about the truth.
But I said the same thing, but bitch, it's just the way you say it. It's in the tonality of it.
Bro, Maddie don't come off like she don't like white people.
No, I don't.
Well, girl, I'm gonna
Craig,
fuck
you do.
I don't give a fuck what it come off like. If they stop doing some of that fuck shit, I wouldn't have to sit here and say it. Now I got to talk my black-white shit when I come up here because we got 9,000 people over here watching. I don't have 9,000 people watching when I'm over there talking on my YouTube channel.
Well, this is what happens when you get what? Fag talk.
That's right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fag, put a 1 in the comments down there. If you're a real fag, we want all our real fags. Listen,
and if you're adjacent, put a 2.
No, wait.
No, we ain't doing no adjacent.
It's either you're a fag or you're not.
If you're a fag, put your 1 down in the comment now.
Do you have what it takes to be a fag? Oh, honey, you know you do. We all do. I'm most definitely a popular hot-ass gospel